What is up, Algebra 1, and welcome to your first day of Algebra and the curse of the OST. Today, we are going to be talking about expressions, equations, and inequalities. Let's slay those problems one by one. Okay, so this problem has 16 different problems. Now, we're going to get through as many as we can in class. We will not be able to get through all of them. So whatever we don't get through, you're going to want to go to this video, skip forward till you find the problem that we left off on. So, first problem. Stephanie adds pennies, nickels, and quarters to a scale until the mass of the combined coins is 75 grams. Each penny has a mass of 2.5 grams, each nickel has a mass of 5 grams, and each quarter has a mass of 5.7 grams. Create an equation to model this situation where X is pennies, Y is nickels, and Z is the number of quarters that Stephanie can put on the scale so that the mass of the combined coins is exactly 75 grams. You always want to start by highlighting your important information. I see that there is a total of 75 grams. I see that pennies are 2.5 grams and pennies are X. I see nickels are 5 grams and Y represents the number of nickels. Finally, I have quarters are 5.7 grams and Z represents the number of quarters. And of course, our total again is 75 grams. We need to turn this information into an equation. We can do it part by part. So starting with our pennies. Our pennies, I'm going to call them our 1 cents, our pennies. We're going to have 2.5 grams for every penny X. So 2.5 X. Our nickels are 5 cents. Our nickels are 5 grams. And our variable is Y. Y for nickels. So 5 grams for every Y nickels. And last we have our quarters, our 25 cents. Our quarters are 5.7 grams, and our variable for quarters is Z, so 5.7 times Z. Okay, so this is the information they gave us, and finally, our total, so this is going to equal our total of 75 grams. So to get a total of 75 grams, we're going to take our pennies, 2.5 X plus all of our nickels, 5Y plus all of our quarters, 5.7 Z, equals a total of 75 grams. This is our equation, and we are done with the first one. We take our pennies times its weight plus our nickels times its weight plus our quarters times its weight, all adds up to a total of or equals 75 grams. There is our first problem. Number 2, the equation shown is used to find the force of gravity F. F is our gravity between two objects. G is our gravitational constant. M1 and M2 are the masses of the objects, and R is the distance. R is the distance. Okay, which equation correctly shows the distance between two objects? So distance. They told us that distance is R. So we need this equation to be equal to R and not to F. Okay, equal to R and not to F. So a good way to do this is if I rewrite it, F equals G times M1 times M2 over R to the second power. I need to get this R squared and move it over to the left. Now remember we have our waterfall. To move R squared over to the left side, because we want R by itself, I have to do the opposite. Right now it's being divided. So the opposite would be to times R squared to both sides. When I do that, my R squares on the left is still there, and my r squares on the right go away. So I have r squared times f equals g m1 m2. Now I still want r squared by itself. I need to move f over to the other side. Right now, f is being multiplied. So to undo that, I'm going to divide both sides by f. My f's are gone on the left, and it's still there on the right. So I have r squared equals g m1 m2 all over f. Now we're so close to done. We need r by itself. Right now we have a squared. To get rid of this squared, all we do is get rid of it and add the opposite to the other side. The opposite of a squared is a square root. Okay, so r equals the square root g m1 m2 all over f, which D is the correct choice. B is very close, but the square root needs to be on the bottom also, all the way down to the bottom. All right, next problem. All right, here we need to fill in the blanks. We have 4 blanks, and we have to write down what happens in each step. From step 1 to step 2, we used what property? Well, this 3 got multiplied. Those rainbows are called the distributive property. So the distributive property goes in my first blank. Okay. Now we're here. Let's see what happened. Okay. Well, I see this x disappeared and this became a 2x. So what did they do? They subtracted x from both sides. Those cancel. And when we're subtracting from both sides, it is called, or adding to both sides, it's called the addition property of equality. This is our second blank. From here, this step to this step, again, we added 6 over to the other side, giving us 10. And again, that is called the addition property of equality. Adding or subtracting to both sides, it's called the addition property of equality. And finally, to get to our last step, divide 2 on each side. When we divide 2 on each side, that is the multiplication property of equality. This property is whenever you multiply or divide both sides, is in my last box. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, we have an equation. Our goal is to find the solution to the equation. Okay, so let's take out our marker and let's get going. 3x plus 4 over 5 equals 7 minus 2x. Okay, waterfall down the middle. First thing I look for is the distributive property. There are no parentheses. Okay, so now I see if I can combine like terms. On the left side, not like terms. On the right side, not like terms. So all I have left to do is get all of my variables on the left and all of my regular numbers on the right. So I need all the variables on the left side. So this negative 2x has to move. Add 2x. Add 2x. This is gone. Bring it down. 3x plus 2x. 5x plus 4 over 5 equals 7. Okay? Now I need all my regular numbers to go on to the right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 4/5 on both sides. Now fractions can be scary, but luckily we have Desmos to help us. So 5x comes down, and I need to figure out what is 7 minus 4/5. So I'm going to pull up Desmos, which you get on the OST, and I'm going to type in 7 minus 4 over 5, and I'm going to click my fraction button. And I get 31 over 5. 31 over 5. Now all that's left is to get x by itself, so I'm going to divide both sides by the number in front, 5. Divide by 5. Okay, and again, Desmos is so helpful here. This looks horribly awful. But if I just go to Desmos and I type in Okay, 31 over 5. And then I'm going to divide by 5. And I get 1.24, or 31 over 25. And I am done. All right, on to the next problem. A factory has 2 assembly lines, M and N, that make the same toy. On Monday, only assembly M was functioning, and it made 900 toys. So let's start writing down. On Monday, line M made 900 toys. On Tuesday, both lines were going. Line M made 300 per hour. So I'm going to write 300. Our hours is T. 300 times T. Line N made 400. 480 toys per hour times T. Hours is T. And lastly, we said line N made as many toys on Tuesday as line M did over both days. So write an equation that can be used. So line N, which made 480 T, made as many, the same, equals on Tuesday as M did both days. So both days M made 900 and 300 T. 900 plus 300 T. And there is our equation. All done. Next problem. Okay, we are on problem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Problem number 6. Okay, a company makes a rectangular tablet screen. The company's new model will have the following properties. The screen height will be X centimeters, and the width will be X minus 5. A great thing to do is draw a picture. So we have a rectangular tablet. So let's draw a little rectangular tablet. Okay. The height is X. So we're going to say, hey, our height is X. And our width is X minus 5. X minus 5. B says the area of the screen, so this whole area, is 150 square centimeters. Okay? So that's the area of this whole thing, is 150. So let's create an equation that can be used to find the height of the new screen. So, to find the area of a rectangle, it is height times width, or width times height. So I'm going to take X times X minus 5 equals our area. And our area was 150. Okay? I can leave it like this. I could do the distributive property, but it just says to create an equation. And that's what we did. Create an equation. Height times width equals area. X times X minus 5 equals 150. And we are done. Next question. Select all of the numbers that belong to the solution. Now, I have a trick for you. Whenever you see something equal or an inequality with a 0, you're going to pull up your Desmos, and we are going to type it in. X minus 5, X plus 2, alligator mouth, 0. Okay, let's make this a little smaller. So it wants me to select all the numbers that fit. So if I zoom in, let's see, -3. That's right here. -3 is not in the shaded region, so -3 is not a solution. -2, -1, -2. -2 is on the dotted line, and if you remember, dotted lines do not count. So this is a no-go. -1 is in the shaded region. So that's good. -1. 2. 1, 2. 2 is in the shaded region. So 2 is good. 5 is on the dotted line. So that is a no-go. So your answers are -1 and 2. Remember, the boxes mean that you select all that apply. So make sure you select more than one. Okay, next. Jacob hires a company to clean 5 rooms in his building office. Okay, that is important. Numbers should be highlighted. 5 rooms. The company charges $14 per hour and $3 per room cleaned. Jacob also uses a coupon for a free 30 minutes of cleaning. Create an equation. So let's figure out what all is happening. Okay, so first, we know that he cleaned 5 rooms. 5 rooms. And we know that they cost $3 per room. So if we take $5, 5 rooms times $3, that's a total of $15 to clean those rooms. They also charge $14 per hour. Per hour. Okay? So H is hour. So we also know it's going to be $14 per hour. Per hour. Okay? So right now we know that it's going to be $15 flat for the 5 rooms and $14 per hour, which is 14H. Now there's one more thing we have to take into account. We're getting a free 30 minutes. So if it costs $14 per hour and we're getting a free 30 minutes, that means how much money are we going to get taken off? Well, 30 minutes is half of an hour. So we would get $7 off. So we get to subtract $7. So our equation for the total amount of money made, C, is going to be our $14 per hour plus the $15 to clean the rooms. But we're going to take away $7 because we have a coupon. So C equals 14H plus 15 minus 7, 8 is how much it's going to cost. Another problem done. Okay. Tim is sorting his book collection into groups. He places each group onto bookshelves that can each hold a maximum of 25 pounds. Maximum of 25 pounds. His collection includes hardcover books that weigh 3 pounds each and softcover books that weigh 2 pounds each. Select all the possible numbers of hardcover books that could be on one bookshelf. So our hardcover books cost 3 pounds, and we can't go over 25 pounds. If we have 3 hardcover books, 3 times 3 equals 9. That's good. If we have 4 books, 3 pounds each is 12 pounds. That's good. 8 times 3 is 24. That's still fine, not over our limit. 9 times 3, however, is 27. That would break our bookshelf. 12 times 3 is 36. That would break our bookshelf. So the answer is 3, 4, or 8 hardcover books. Next question. An equation is given. Y equals 3x plus c. Create an equivalent equation by solving for x in terms of y and c. So we need to solve for x, meaning we need to get this x all by itself. So y equals 3x plus c, waterfall, x needs to be by itself. So first thing we can do is take our plus c, move it to the other side. To move a positive c, we subtract c. C is gone on the right because c minus c is 0. On the left, we can't subtract a c from a y. They're not like terms. So y minus c equals 3x. X is almost by itself, but we still have a 3. So I'm going to divide both sides by 3. So y minus c over 3 equals x. That's our answer that we plug into our box. And we're done. Okay, same thing. An equation is giving. Now we need to solve for r. So we need to get this r all by itself. A equals 4 pi r squared. Waterfall. Now these are all being multiplied. So if I want to get rid of the 4 pi, this needs to move. It's being multiplied, so I can just divide 4 pi on both sides. The 4's cancel, the pi's cancel, and I'm left with r squared. So I have a over 4 pi equals r squared. Now this is like a problem we did earlier. I can get rid of this r squared as long as I put a square root on the other side. So the square root of a over 4 pi, which is b. And we're done. Next problem. We have just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 left to go. Okay. The steps that a student took to solve the linear equation 4x plus 5 equals 31 minus x minus 4 are shown. Okay, whenever we're doing our steps, it has two parts. First, it asks where's the error appear, and then what should the original answer be. So you should always just solve the whole problem. 4x plus 5 equals 31 minus x minus 4. Draw my waterfall. Now the first thing I would do here is I look for the distributive property. I know there's an invisible 1 here, and I have to distribute -1, which means multiply. Everything else drops down. 4x plus 5 equals 31. -1 times x is -1x. -1 times 4, negative times a negative, is +4. Now, if I look over here, I see right away, oh, this is where their mistake was. Okay, this is where their mistake was. This should be a +4. So my answer for part A is they made a mistake in step number 1. But I also need to find the real answer, so I have to keep going. So now I look to combine like terms. These are not like terms. I drop them down. On this side, 31 and 4 are like terms, so I combined them. 31 plus 4 is 35 minus 1x. Now I get all my variables on the left. Add 1x to both sides. This is gone. 4x plus 1x is 5x. Get all my regular numbers to the right side. So this 5 is a regular number, needs to go to the right side. So I subtract 5. Those are gone. 5x equals 35 minus 5 is 30. And finally, divide by the number attached on both sides. So x equals 6. 30 divided by 5. So x equals 6. Okay, next problem. Okay, same thing. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm going to speed through this. Again, you should do this entire problem to find the mistake. And you're also going to have to find the answer, so you're going to have to do both anyways. So first, distribute. We have it on both sides. We have 24x minus 56 equals negative 6x minus 42 plus 4. So far, it is exactly the same, so step 1 is good. Now I'm going to combine like terms. No like terms here. 24x minus 56 equals, okay, these are like terms. Negative 6x, so negative 42 plus 4 is negative 38. Okay, and I can see they had positive 46. So that was their mistake. Step number 2. They made a mistake. Okay, and I'm going to keep going because I need to know the answer. All my variables, the x's need to all be on the left, so I need to move this one. Opposite. 30x minus 56 equals negative 38. Okay, all my regular numbers to the right. Add 56. Add 56. Gone. 30x equals, okay, again, maybe we should take a second to practice Desmos. Okay, your calculator will be like this. To do simple math, we just type in negative 38 plus 56 is 18. So I get 18 right here. Divide both sides by 30. X equals 18 over 30. Now, it's always a good thing to just type your fractions into Desmos. 18 over 30. And to simplify it with your fraction button. If it's asking for a fraction. Here, they gave us an answer in a fraction, so I don't want to write 0.6. I want to click the fraction button and write 3 over 5. 3 over 5. Okay, or you could write 0.6 depending on what they ask for. All right, next problem. We just have 3 left. Okay, what is the solution to the equation? So easy peasy, we're just solving the equation. Okay, so I'm going to draw my waterfall down the equal sign. I look for the distributive property. I can multiply 12 through. I get 12x plus 60 equals 4x. Okay, I need all of my x's on the same side. If I move 4x over, there's going to be nothing left here. I don't want to leave a side empty, so instead I'm going to subtract 12x to this side. This is gone. 60 equals 4 minus 12 is negative 8x. Then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 8. X equals, again, always go to Desmos to triple check your work. 60 divided by negative 8. I get negative 7.5. If it asks for a fraction, you click the fraction button. Negative 7.5. And we type our answer in our box. All done. Okay, here we go. Next one. Okay, what is the solution to the equation? So it's asking me to solve. What is the solution? It's saying solve. Draw my line. Okay. Right now, I see a bunch of nasty fractions, so we're going to use a lot of Desmos to help us. So same rule. Start with the distributive property. Multiplying 1/2. 3/4 x equals, I'm going to use Desmos to help me, okay? So I have 1/2 times 9, and I have 1/2 times 150. So I'm going to have 4.5x plus 75. 4.5x plus 75. Okay, I need all of my variables on the left side. So this 4.5x minus 4.5x on both sides. And I know fractions are scary, but Desmos can do them for us. Okay, so 3/4, so I'm gonna just type in 3/4 minus 4.5, and I get negative 3.75. Okay, negative 3.75x equals 75, and all I have left is to divide by negative 3.75. Those are gone. So x equals, again, decimals do not mean you did it wrong, because they frequently like to use them to trip you up. So just use your calculator, and we get negative 20. Type it in your box, and we're done. Okay, next problem. I believe this is our very last one. Thanks for sticking it out. Okay. Find the value of x. That means we need to solve it. 3x plus 4 minus x over 2 equals 19. Waterfall. Wah. I look on the left side. I try to see, do I have any like terms? And I do. Okay, one thing to know is when I have negative, this is a negative 1/2 x. There's an invisible 1 there. So I can do 3x minus 1/2 x. Those are like terms. So 3 minus 1/2. 3 minus 1/2 is 2.5. So 2.5x plus 4 equals 19. I need my regular numbers on the right, minus 4. 2.5x equals 19 minus 4 is 15. And divide both sides by 2.5. That's gone. And x equals, to our calculator, 15 divided by 2.5 is 6. So my answer is 6. Type it in your box, click enter. And that is everything you need to know for the first topic, the first 16 questions of day 1. Thanks for sticking it through. It is a 32-minute video. I know that is long. We will not be able to get through all of our content in class. So make sure you're watching these as a form of studying and homework. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.